Hello and welcome. Today we're going to dive into 5 little words that pack a huge punch in English. Seriously, getting these right can totally change how you communicate, so let's get them mastered together.
So let's be honest. Have you ever found yourself just pausing, wondering which of these words is the right one? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. They all seem kind of similar, but trust me, their meanings are really distinct, and getting them right is a total game changer for clear communication.
And to make all this actually stick, we're not just going to sit here and list a bunch of rules. No way. We're going to put these words into action by planning a fun, imaginary weekend adventure. You'll see how they just pop up naturally when you're talking about real-world stuff.
Okay, so first things first, on any adventure, right? We have to figure out what we can actually do. We got to take stock of our skills, our abilities.
And what is ability? Well, in simple terms, it's just that. Having the power or the skill to get something done. It's basically what you are bringing to the table for this trip.
And this is where we see a really clear split between the present and the past. For a skill you have right now, you use can, like I can read a compass, a super useful skill for our trip. But for a skill you used to have, you use could. For example, I could run a marathon 10 years ago. Maybe not today, but the ability was there. It's a simple little difference, but a really crucial one.
Okay, so we know what we're good at. But hey, every adventure has its unknowns, doesn't it? We have to think about what might happen out there. And this brings us right into the world of possibility. And possibility is, well, it's all about chance. It's not a guarantee, not by a long shot, but it's something that could realistically happen. Any smart adventurer is going to plan for all sorts of possibilities. For instance, you got to check the weather. The forecast says it might rain. See, this tells us there's a chance of rain, but it's not a sure thing. Might usually hints that the chance is a little bit smaller. But hold on, don't cancel the trip just yet. The weather could also clear up. Here, could is perfect for introducing another general possibility, an alternative scenario that's also totally on the table. So here's a quick way to think about these subtle differences. May often feels a bit more likely or maybe a little more formal. We may reach the summit by noon. Sounds pretty confident, right? Now might is a little less certain. We might see a bear. It's possible, sure, but probably not something you should count on. And could is just perfect for any general possibility. The path could be slippery. That's a good heads up to keep in mind. All right, so we've thought about weather, we've thought about wildlife, but adventures usually involve other people, and that means teamwork and, well, asking for permission sometimes. Permission is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's just the act of allowing someone to do something. It's all about getting the green light from your friends or your team. And how you ask for that green light can really matter. Can is pretty informal, perfect for your buddies. Can I bring my dog on the hike? Is a great casual way to ask. But if you want to be a bit more polite or formal, may is your go-to. May I borrow your new tent? Just sounds a little more respectful, doesn't it?
And hey, if you want to be extra polite, especially if you feel like you're asking for a big favor, could is your best friend. It's just softer and a little more indirect. Could we possibly start a bit later? That just lands a little gentler than the other options, you know? So, our plan is almost complete. We know our abilities, we've considered the possibilities, and we've got everyone's permission for things. Now it's time for the most important part, the absolute non-negotiable rules. And this brings us to obligation. Now, an obligation isn't just a good idea, it's a duty. It's something you are absolutely required to do, usually for safety or for the success of the whole trip. This is where the word must comes in and takes charge. It's the strongest of all of them. For our adventure, you must pack a first aid kit. You must bring enough water. And you must tell someone you're out. These are not suggestions, people. They are essential, life-saving rules. So just remember, when you hear or use the word must, think of it as a hard rule. It's not optional. It's not up for debate. It's essential. And just like that, we've planned our trip. We've navigated ability, possibility, permission, and obligation. So let's do one final super quick recap to make sure all of this is locked in. Okay, here it is, your complete modal toolkit, all in one spot. To show ability, you've got can and could. To talk about possibility, you can use may, might, or could.
When you're asking for permission, choose between can, may, or that extra polite could. And for a non-negotiable obligation, you have the powerhouse must.
That's it. Just 5 words. But really, truly understanding how to use these 5 little words can dramatically improve your fluency and make your communication in English so much clearer and, well, just more effective. So there you have it. You've got the tools and now you know how they work. The only question left is, what adventure will you plan? Thanks so much for joining me on this one.